Okay, Mr. Plasse, thank you very much for your visits, and I want to go over the scope of work with you for your project. We're going to be leaving all the siding on the house except for cutting out the bottom 1 foot up around the perimeters of the house above the roof, and then toward the ground around the back of the house and the sides. So we'll replace those areas with a 3/4 inch OSB to make it the same plane as the wall you have right now. And then we'll be going up with all Tyvek moisture barrier around all the areas to receive siding, going up with Hardie trim around all windows, doors, inside corners, outside corners, and freeze boards up by the soffit. And then we'll be installing the 8-inch Colonial rough sawn Hardie lap siding, and that'll look great. Here on the front of the house where we've got these shutters, let's keep these shutters off to the side by his garage somewhere until after the project, after the construction is complete. They may want to put those back up and then have them repainted before they're reinstalled on the house. So let's keep those off the side. For the fascia scope of work, we don't need to be doing any kind of fascia overlay. It's not necessary on his house. There are some areas that need to be repaired in the fascia, in the 2x fascia. Do whatever it takes to get those areas repaired in the corners. With the 2x fascia, it looks like a 2x6 material. And then we've got a 1x underneath there that may have some damage in some areas too, so we'll need to repair those areas. The flashing is all staying, and there's an area in the back where we want to redo that because of some rotten wood on the fascia. We'll need to redo the flashing too, so I'll show you that in a little bit. But for the most part, all your fascia gets minor repairs and then coated along with the 1x2 drip board and the metal drip edge on the house that we'll be keeping. Around the front door area, let's keep this stained trim 1x4 around that area and butt the Hardie plank to that stained cedar 1x4. That looks great with the front door. Here on the right side of the house, we've got 2 vents up here that need to be replaced with 8x16 galvanized vents with the screen mesh behind them. And then let's trim them out with Hardie 1x2 and then butt the siding, the Colonial rough sawn against those. This also gets all your cutout like the rest of the house, 1 foot up, and then the 3/4 inch OSB goes right next to the T111 that's there. And then where these vents are, this is for the water heater, so we have to keep those vents, obviously. So let's just make them new and trim them out. Shutters, here we go again. Just keep the shutters off to the side, by the side of the garage somewhere, until he decides what to do with them after the project. There's some cable wires over here on this corner, so let's hide those cable wires behind the wall, coming in from the roof and going up in the wall and coming out by the soffit. We can leave the wires on the soffit and coat them, but let's hide them on that wall going up the wall right there. Those cable wires go up the roof and down over this area right here. There's the boxes for the cable wires. So there's nothing we'll be able to do with these wires, but we can hide the wires that are running up this corner on the back side of the wall, behind the wall. We'll just cut out the existing siding in that area, push the wires behind, and make sure everything looks nice on the bottom of the roof and where it's coming out of the penetration up toward the top by the soffit. All the trim around this area will be cut out, replaced with James Hardie siding trim, and let's make sure that these areas down here by the brick on this bow are not rotted out, and if they are, let's replace them with the bottoms of them with the 3/4 inch OSB as well. Here on the side right here, let's paint this portion of his gate. And the garage we're not going to be doing anything to except for painting the garage doors with the Sherwin-Williams primer that's appropriate for the metal garage doors. So let's paint his garage doors for him along with the house, but the garage we're not going to be doing any scope of work except for painting the garage doors. Actually, I take that back. There's a 1x4 that I'll show you in just a second. In fact, we can probably see it from here. Right here on this corner by the garage, there's a 1x4 that's in cedar that needs to be changed out for Hardie, and it's 2 1x4s that are on this corner right to the left of this door, right on that corner, that needs to be changed out to a Hardie plank 1x4 instead of a cedar 1x4s. So let's do that corner for him, and then the rest of the scope of the work will just be painting the garage doors themselves only. And here on the back of the house, we've got a lot of the same scope of work with the siding. cutting out 1 foot up with 3/4 inch OSB, putting Tyvek moisture barrier, Hardie trim, and Hardie siding, and an 8-inch colonial rough sawn. All of this was previously done with a maxi plank type of colonial rough sawn. We're going to keep any fiber cement on the house that he's got, which is in this chimney area only. But right here, you've got a little splice with a 1x4 that has cedar from this part down. So this taupe painted cedar, we need to change it out with Hardie too, because they did Hardie up here, but I don't know why they didn't continue it on down the side of the chimney. There's some fascia repair that needs to be taken care of right here, some rotted wood, some metal drip edge that we'll probably just need to replace from this point back on over with new metal drip edge, and then we're going to paint his metal drip edge after we get it all replaced, and the fascia with no fascia overlay, just like the rest of the house. But here in this area we've got some rotted wood that needs to be addressed, so I'm thinking let's just take this metal drip edge off right here and take it off right here around this area and make our repairs, because this metal drip edge also is really dented up from the repairs that were made over the years. And we're painting all the doors on the house with the exception of the front door because it's stained on the exterior surfaces. Any kind of lights you want, Mr. Plasse, please grab those and we'll put them up for you. If you want updated fixtures, you can do that. Otherwise, we'll reinstall the ones that you have. Along the bottoms here, all cut out, with the exception of the fiber cement here, all cut out 1 foot up, and then doing the 3/4 inch OSB. There has some conduit over here that runs from here all the way over and up and across. That can be unbolted off the wall, Hardie plank go on, siding go on, and then bolted back to the Hardie siding. This vent right here we'll keep. The flanges are perfect for us to just go ahead and trim it out and then butt the siding, lap siding right up next to it, after of course putting the Tyvek moisture barrier on. And there's some wiring over here that we want to get behind the wall, and it goes kind of underneath right here, the soffit toward the wall, climbs up down here, comes on down the side, and goes on and penetrates right there in the wall. So let's get that behind the wall and clean up all the wiring, knowing that if there's any damage to that wiring, that we'll just have to call Time Warner out, or Mr. Plasse will have to call Time Warner out, and then we will watch Time Warner put their penetrations in the wall so that it's not sloppy and it looks good. So over here on the left side of the house, we'll be doing the same scope of work to the siding. We've got some AC lines that'll need to be freshened up with some paint and the insulation. And if that insulation for the AC line is really bad, let's just replace the insulation on it. If not, let's just coat over it and make it look good. This penetration in the wall right here with some wiring, let's clean that up and get that behind the wall. Here again, shutters put beside the garage, so we might be able to use them later. And then you've got a small pocket of siding right here with conduit that'll have to be taken off the wall and then reinstalled over the Hardie siding. So thank you guys once again for the project, and look forward to serving you with it, and we'll see you soon.